I offer my humble pranam at the lotus feet of Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba. Welcome to video lecture on microcontroller and embedded system laboratory. Now, today class, I'm going to expand this program. Write a program to count the number of ones and zeros in two consecutive memory locations. You have to write a program to count number of ones and zeros in a given data bytes, and then we have to store those results into consecutive memory locations. So you have to take a 32-bit number. From that, you have to count how many ones are there and how many zeros, and we have to place into consecutive memory location. That's the meaning of this particular program. These are the different types of flags available in our LPC 2148 ARM7 microcontroller. Now here, before going to this, I'm going to explain the actual program. This is actually program. This is the program. Before that, I'm going to explain the logic behind this. Okay. First, I'm going to explain the logic behind this. Then I will go to complete program. Now here, actually consider one 32-bit number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is a 32-bit number. It's a 32-bit number. It's a 32-bit number. Okay, written in a hexadecimal form. We have to store in a memory location. Actually, if you want to store the input, it requires 4 consecutive memory location. It requires 4 consecutive memory location. Okay. Now just listen. Actually, it requires 4 consecutive memory locations. This is data. This is input data. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It is not possible to store as it is. Actually, it uses little endian format. Therefore, first you have to store divided by, that is 7A, then 56, 34, 1, 2. So it's a 32-bit data. We are storing in a consecutive memory location. The starting address of this data is 4 followed by 00. It's a 32-bit address. We have to store this address in R0 register. In this case, we are using R0 as a pointer. Okay, R0, we are using R0 as a what? Pointer. It gives the starting address of the data. It's a 32-bit number. From this, you have to count number of ones and number of zeros. Now, what is the binary equivalent of this? It's a hexadecimal number. Okay, you have to convert this into binary. Now, here the binary code for 1 is 0001, 20010, 30011, like this. So A, that is what is the binary equivalent of A? 1010. That is 32-bit number. From here we have to count total number of ones and total number of zeros, and we have to store total number of ones in this location and total number of zeros in the next immediate location. So according to this example, we have 14 ones and 18 zeros for this particular input. We can modify the input and we can execute the program. We get different answer. Therefore, I'm going to use this location to store number of ones. Then next immediate location is used to store number of zeros. Okay. Then we have to transfer this data to register, say R1. I'm going to transfer the 32-bit number into the register R1. Afterwards, I'm going to execute this particular instruction. That is, rotate the content of R1 towards right. Okay, towards right. How many times? One time. Rotate right. Rotate right with carry. That's the meaning of this. Rotate the content of R1 towards right. Okay, how many times? One time. So what is the meaning of this? It's going to update the status flag. It's going to update the CPSR register because you have to affect the carry flag. Now, actually, if it is 1, I'm going to update this counter. Initially, the initial value of this counter is 00. By default, we know the content of all the registers are zeros. Now I'm going to use R2 to store number of ones and R3 to store number of zeros. R3, I'm going to use R3 for what? To store number of zeros. This for zeros. This for zeros. This for ones. Okay. For this particular input, we have 14 ones. Okay. Finally, we're going to store the result in terms of hexadecimal. We won't store in terms of decimal. We'll store every result in terms of hexadecimal. The 0E, it's the hexadecimal equivalent of 14, and 12 is the hexadecimal equivalent of 18. 18 decimal, 14 decimal. If we add together, it becomes 32 bit. Out of 32 bit, we have 18 zeros and 14 ones. Okay, what is step number 1? Transfer this data from memory location. Okay, that address is given by R0 to where? To register R1. R1 is a 32-bit register. Okay, then after execute this instruction, rotate the content of R1 towards right. How many times? One time. By the time this 0 comes here, means every bit shifting towards right. B3 comes to B2, B2 comes to B1, B1 comes to B0, B0 goes to carry. This is a carry flag, carry bit. B0 goes to carry. Then same bit comes to 31, B31. Okay, if B0 is 0, carry flag is reset, that is clear. If B0 is 1, carry flag is set, that is 1. Check means 1, reset means 0. Therefore, we have to use appropriate instruction to check the status of carry flag. If carry flag is clear, carry flag is reset, we have to increment 0 counter, means you have to increment R3, you have to increment the content of R3 by 1. If the carry flag is set, then we have to increment the content of R2 by 1. Finally, R2 gives number of ones, R3 gives number of zeros. Okay, how many times you have to do this job? You have to repeat same thing 32 times because we have 32 bit. It's a 32-bit number. Okay, as per our problem, you have to consider 32-bit number. Okay, you have to repeat same thing how many times? 32 times. If we shift towards right, actually in this case we are going to rotate. If you rotate towards right one time, the B0 comes to carry. Carry flag may be set or reset depending upon the status of this. If it is 0, carry flag is reset. If it is 1, carry flag is set. Then depending upon your requirement, means you have to use appropriate instruction to make a decision. If the carry flag is clear as reset, increment is counter. If it is set, increment is counter. So that's the meaning of this. Okay. Next, I'm going to explain the actual code for this. Now I'm going to explain the actual program. Okay, and now area program code read only. Now entry. Here this gives the address, starting address of the input. Now load register R0 memory means what is the value of memory? This address 4 followed by 00. That 32-bit address comes to R0. Then LDR R1 comma R0. Say load register, which register R1 from where? From memory location. This bar bracket refers to memory. Which memory? That is the address given by R0. R0 used as a pointer. Okay, it gets the address, means it's going to get the data from this location and place that data in the memory location in the register R1. Then move R4 comma 32. Load rotation count. How many bits you have to check? 32 bit. I'm going to use R4 as a counter because I have to check 32 bit because we are consider 32 bit number. We can write same program for 8 bit, 16 bit, 32 bit also. Next is rotate the content of R1 towards right. How many times? One time. Then update CPSR register. Because of S, then we can able to affect the carry flag. Okay, suppose if you remove this S, it won't affect carry flag. It's not possible to make decision where it's 1 or 0. So that is very, very important. Now here, that is the meaning of this. Rotate the content of R1 towards right. How many times? One time. Therefore, B0 bit comes to carry flag. Okay, the carry flag may be reset or it may be set. Okay, now here after this, we have to check the status of carry flag. Branch if carry flag is set. Okay, branch if carry flag is set. Suppose if B0 bit is 1, this condition is true, then it takes you to this particular memory location. There we have to update register. Okay, which register I have to update? Actually, I explained already. We are using R2 for number of ones and R3 for number of zeros. Okay, now here, okay, then next, suppose if this condition is false, that indicates that is 0. Okay, it's not 1. Then increment the content of R3 by 1. Add 1 to R3 and place the updated value back to R3. Increment 0 counter. Okay, then branch next. Suppose rotate the content of R1 towards right. How many times? One time. Assume this time carry flag is set. If carry flag is set, okay, then branch to this location. Branch if carry flag is set to where? Once. Then it comes to this, the control comes here. Then increment the content of R2 by 1. It will add 1 to R2 and place the updated value back to R2. Increment once counter. Then out of 32 bit, 1 bit is completed. That's why decrement the counter, decrement rotation counter. Because out of 32 bit, 1 bit is over. So how many bits remaining? 31 bit. Then you have to check the status of R4, compare R4 equal to 0. Branch if not equal. If R4 is not equal to 0, go back, rotate. Then once again execute this instruction. Now B1, bit number 1 comes to carry flag. If carry flag is set, then increment R2 by 1. Otherwise increment R3. R3 for 0 counter. We are using R3 for 0 counter. R2 for 1's counter. Then suppose assume all 32 bit is over. Means finally R4 becomes 0. It comes out of the loop. Then add R0 with 4. Means update the pointer. The starting address of the input is 4 followed by 00. Then I have to store the next number, means result starting from 40004. Therefore, update the pointer by 4. Now store the content of R2. R2 contains number of ones to where to memory. That address is given by R0. Then increment the content of R0 by 1. Okay. Then store the content of R3. That's I'm storing byte, not 32 bit. The byte is sufficient. Okay, to store number of ones and number of zeros. Store byte from where R2 to memory. That is number of ones. Yes, store byte R3, which contains number of 0 to where memory. That address is given by R0. Okay, and then stop. Then stop. So this is the way of counting number of ones and number of zeros. Now just I'm going to give demo for this. Okay. Just I'm going to consider the Keel Microvision software. Keel Microvision software. Just see here. This is the program. Same program. Just I have explained. Okay. Write a program to count number of ones and zeros in a 2 consecutive memory location. We have to consider 32-bit number. Therefore, first, okay, then here, save, compile, so no errors, go to debug. Now this is starting as of input. Now what I'm going to do is, to make it simple, just I will give FF. See, I consider this number, this is a 32-bit number. Starting from 4000 location, we are going to store the input. This is a 32-bit number. Okay, now in this location, we are going to store number of ones and here number of zeros. In the first immediate location, we're storing number of ones and number of zeros. Okay, now I'm going to execute this program using run mode. Execute. Just look here. That is 20. What is the meaning of 20? So 20 stands for 32. So the hexadecimal equivalent of 32 is 20. Therefore, how many ones we have here? I put FF. Therefore, 32 ones. Therefore, this becomes 32. How many zeros we have? That is zeros. Number of zeros are zeros. We don't have even single zeros. Therefore, this is 0. So this number of ones, 32 ones, and number of zeros, zeros. Okay. Suppose, okay, I'm going to modify the input. Okay, then start from beginning. The pointer comes back to this. Then once again, I'm going to modify the input. Suppose here 55, and 55. Means, what is the meaning of 5, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1? That indicates we have equal number of ones and equal number of zeros. Equal number of ones and equal number of zeros. Therefore, we are going to store number of ones here, number of zeros here. Then I'm going to execute this program here. 1, 0, 1, 0. What is the meaning of 1, 0? 1, 0 indicates number of, means actually 1, 0 in hexadecimal. The decimal equivalent of 1, 0 is 16. 16 plus 16. 16 1, 16 0. So totally we have 32. Therefore, we can put any number as you like and we can try. Okay, I think understood this. If actually I written this program for what? For 32-bit number. Okay, for 32-bit number, I'm checking this. Therefore, we have to count number of ones and number of zeros in a given data. Okay, so thanks for watching. Okay, if you have any doubts, write in comment section.